When was the last time you asked yourself a question that was so powerful, it changed your day, maybe even changed your life? If your answer was, not recently, never, don't worry, you're in good company. But today that changes, because your entire life is shaped by the quality of the questions that you ask yourself daily. On Passover night, Jews everywhere in the world famously face the four sons. The wise son asks deep, detailed questions like, what's the message behind each and every ritual that we perform tonight? The wicked son asks with a rebellious look, why should he even care about all this? The simple son points randomly at different things at the Seder table and say, hey, what's that thingy? The fourth son, well, he's here at the Seder table more for grandma's brisket and his favorite dessert more than anything else. And the Kotzker Rebbe once taught something interesting about the four sons. The Haggadah doesn't simply say, the wise son said. It says in the Haggadah, the wise son, Chacham, Ma Omer, what does he say? The Kotzker asks, why does this Baal Haggadah phrase it this way? And he answers, because you truly know someone is wise, not by their answers, but by their questions. Believe it or not, you're always asking yourself questions. Sometimes without even realizing that you're asking yourself questions. All thinking is simply answering questions. The difference between thoughts and thinking is thoughts are just random thoughts, but thinking is asking yourself questions. You know, Pablo Picasso famously said, computers are useless. They can only give you answers. Humans, thankfully, can ask powerful questions. A business owner, the smart one, asks, how can I best serve my customers in a way that they will want to come back to me? While the not so smart one asks a different question. He complains more like, why aren't customers just throwing money at me? You see, your brain is always busy answering whatever questions you feed it. The problem is that most people ask lousy questions. They ask questions like, why am I always tired? Or questions like, why can't I get motivated? Or questions like, am I even good enough? See, these negative questions, they keep you stuck. Here are 3 simple, actionable steps to start asking life-changing questions. Step 1, identify, rewrite negative questions that you have. Every time that you catch yourself thinking a negative question, thinking negatively, flip it immediately into a powerful question. For example, instead of asking, why do bad things always happen to me? Instead ask, what good can I find in this challenge? Or, when instead of asking, why don't people appreciate me? Better ask yourself, how can I clearly communicate my value to people? You know, actually, if you write these things down, on paper, seeing it helps you break the habit. Step 2, morning powerful question routine. Start your day with one focused, empowering question. For example, what's the single most important step that I can take today toward my goal? Or, how can I bring joy and positivity to my relationships today? And step 3, nightly reflection question. Each and every night, before you go to sleep, ask yourself, what did I learn today? Or, how did my actions today align with who I really want to become? When you keep a journal of this, let's give you some examples of turning around bad questions. It's a good one. Let's say, for example, an athlete, the dumb question is, why is the ball always running away from me? The smart question is, where will the ball be next? Career, the dumb question is, why is my boss always yelling at me? And the smart question is, What amazing skill can I learn to replace my boss? And in relationships, the dumb question is, why is my spouse always mad? And the smart question is, what can I do right now to make my spouse smile? And in dieting, the dumb question is, why can I lose weight? And the smart question is, what type of food should I buy in order for me to make sure that I have healthy food in my pantry? Here's a great actionable step that will help you to stop asking dumb questions. Get yourself a dumb question jar. Every time you ask a dumb question, put $1 in the jar. Eventually, you're either going to stop asking dumb questions, you only ask smart questions, or you're going to be rich enough that you don't have to care. Before the Seder, ask yourself the right questions. Instead of asking, do I have everything ready for the Seder? Make sure you ask yourself, how can I explain the Seder? How can I explain the Haggadah in a way that makes each and every child eager and excited to listen? Remember, your brain is always answering the questions that you give it. Make sure you feed it amazing questions. Asking great questions isn't just helpful, it's life-changing. As the philosopher famously joked, I think, therefore I question. I question, therefore I Google. And then I get distracted and forget about what I even asked to begin with. So let me ask you one final question. What's one powerful, positive question you'll start asking yourself every single day? Think about it. If you have anything interesting, send it over privately. I'd love to hear what you come up with. Now go ahead and ask yourself a question that's going to change your life.